Did you know that chronic anxiety doesn't just affect your mind, but also silently chips away at your brain health? Imagine feeling constantly on edge, even when there's no real danger. Millions of seniors experience anxiety, but many don't realize it's slowly impacting their mental clarity, memory, and even physical well-being. Anxiety doesn't have to control you. In this video, I'll share a simple but powerful technique that can calm your mind within minutes, helping you regain control. Stay tuned for the number one anxiety hack most people overlook. Understanding anxiety in seniors, a growing issue. Anxiety isn't just a buzzword we throw around these days. It's a deeply rooted issue that, unfortunately, many people, especially seniors, face on a regular basis. But here's the thing. Anxiety isn't always obvious. It can hide beneath the surface, affecting everything from our thoughts to our physical health, without us realizing just how much it's taking a toll. Imagine this. You wake up feeling uneasy. Your heart's racing, your thoughts are scattered, and you can't quite shake that nagging sense of tension in your body. This isn't just a bad day, though it's how your brain and body are responding to stress. For many seniors, this becomes a daily experience, but it often gets brushed off as a natural part of aging or just the way things are. But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be this way. The feeling of anxiety, that overwhelming tension, doesn't need to dictate your days. There are simple, scientifically backed ways to calm your mind and regain control over your mental health. What happens in the brain when we feel anxious? Anxiety can be a bit like a storm in your brain, intense, chaotic, and hard to stop. When you feel anxious, your brain releases a surge of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals prepare your body to respond to stress, triggering the fight or flight response. This is great if you're facing an immediate threat, but chronic anxiety can cause these hormones to flood your system unnecessarily. Think of it like a car engine revving to high and not slowing down over time. That constant tension in your body begins to wear you down physically. The brain gets stuck in overdrive. For seniors, the problem is compounded. Aging naturally brings changes in brain chemistry, and factors like health issues, life transitions, or loss of loved ones can intensify the experience of anxiety. When your body is already more vulnerable, it's more difficult to recover from the effects of stress. Why anxiety in seniors is so overlooked? Unfortunately, anxiety in seniors is widely misunderstood or misdiagnosed. Often, people assume that anxiety is simply a young person's issue or something that will just fade with time, or worse, symptoms are brushed aside as a normal part of getting older. This leads to millions of people living with untreated or undertreated anxiety, even as it takes a toll on their health. Here's what often happens. Physical symptoms of anxiety, like muscle tension, headaches, or fatigue, are misinterpreted as part of aging or just general discomfort. Mood swings or irritability are attributed to aging, loss, or grumpiness, when in fact, they could be symptoms of anxiety. Sleep disruptions, another common issue, may be blamed on getting older, yet disturbed sleep often feeds into anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. The silent connection between mental and physical health is often ignored, and this creates a domino effect. One issue leads to the next, compounding over time. The dangers of chronic anxiety for seniors: when left unchecked, anxiety doesn't just impact your emotions, it can wreak havoc on your body and brain. Here's why it's a critical issue for seniors. 1. Cognitive decline and memory loss. Anxiety contributes to cognitive decline, which is especially concerning for seniors. The hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for forming memories, is highly sensitive to stress. When anxiety becomes chronic, it can affect this part of the brain, leading to memory problems and difficulties with focus or concentration. Imagine the frustration of walking into a room and forgetting why you went there. This could be linked to the effects of stress on your brain. 2. Increased risk of mental health disorders. Anxiety also contributes to depression. and mood disorders, which often go hand in hand with aging. Seniors who feel anxious often experience a lack of social connection, isolation, and a deep sense of loneliness. These feelings can intensify depression, affecting quality of life and reducing overall well-being. 3. Chronic physical pain. Anxiety can trigger or worsen physical pain, especially in joints and muscles. When we're stressed, our bodies tense up, often leading to muscle aches, back pain, and even headaches. Over time, these symptoms can become chronic, making anxiety not just a mental burden, but a physical one as well. 4. Sleep problems and fatigue. Chronic anxiety often leads to poor sleep. A restless mind at night means less rest, which in turn increases daytime fatigue, making it harder to concentrate or even take care of basic tasks. Poor sleep affects mood and immune function, making it harder for seniors to cope with illness or other health issues. It's a vicious cycle. Why this matters today: the growing crisis of anxiety among seniors, as mentioned earlier. The rate of anxiety among seniors is not something to overlook. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America ADAA, nearly 10% of seniors suffer from anxiety. But here's the troubling part: only 40% of those people seek treatment. This means that a large number of seniors live with anxiety every day without realizing that help is available. The invisible nature of anxiety means that it often gets pushed aside in favor of addressing more apparent health concerns like high blood pressure or arthritis. However, anxiety impacts every part of your health, from your brain to your heart, your sleep, and your overall well-being. And it's not just a minor inconvenience, it's a serious condition that needs to be addressed. Head-on, the trends. The increase in anxiety among older adults is closely tied to societal and lifestyle changes. Aging populations. As life expectancy increases, many older adults face a more uncertain future with health problems, financial concerns, and a sense of loss or isolation. These stressors are major contributors to anxiety. Loss of community and social circles. Many seniors experience isolation as they lose friends or family, contributing to a sense of anxiety or depression. The health crisis. Anxiety doesn't just come from psychological stress, it can also be exacerbated by chronic health issues. For example, cardiovascular diseases, which are more common in seniors, can increase anxiety levels, creating a cyclical pattern where one problem feeds into the next. The unseen science of anxiety and its impact on your mind. Here's what many people don't know: anxiety affects not just your mood, but also your brain chemistry. Chronic anxiety is a major risk factor for conditions like Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline, particularly in seniors. Research suggests that anxiety can accelerate the aging process of the brain, causing a quicker deterioration of cognitive functions. Additionally, neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and heal, can be compromised by chronic stress. This is why anxiety can lead to cognitive issues like forgetfulness and confusion. The good news is neuroplasticity is not lost forever. If you can calm your mind and reduce the stress response, your brain has a remarkable ability to repair itself and improve memory and focus. But here's the key: it takes more than just waiting for time to heal. You need an active method to address anxiety, and the solution I'll share today is backed by science to reduce anxiety in as little as 10 minutes a day. Why it's critical to address anxiety now. Tackling anxiety early reduces health risks. The sooner you address anxiety, the better you can protect your mental and physical health. By learning how to manage anxiety, you can improve your mood, protect your cognitive function, and even reduce physical pain caused by tension. Better quality of life. A calm mind is a productive and happy one. Managing anxiety not only enhances your mental clarity, but also improves your ability to enjoy life, stay active, and build meaningful relationships. Anxiety doesn't have to rob you of your joy, it just needs the right tools to be managed effectively. Anxiety isn't just a passing feeling of nervousness, it can be a chronic, lingering presence that affects nearly every aspect of a senior's life. While some may experience occasional bouts of anxiousness, Others suffer from it day in and day out. The complexity of this issue arises from the fact that many people don't even realize they're suffering from anxiety. Silent symptoms often hide beneath the surface, which means that anxiety can go undiagnosed or be incorrectly labeled as something else. In this section, we'll break down the full extent of anxiety's impact on seniors, why it starts, how it creeps in unnoticed, and the effects it can have on both your mind and body. 1. Root causes. Why does anxiety happen? Anxiety is multifactorial, meaning it arises from a mix of factors: psychological, biological, and environmental. Let's look how these factors come together to create the perfect storm for anxiety. In seniors, 1.1, aging and brain changes as we age. The brain undergoes natural changes that can make it more susceptible to anxiety. The hippocampus, which is responsible for memory formation and emotional regulation, becomes less efficient as we get older. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, also shows signs of wear. This means that seniors may not process emotional events as easily or quickly as they once did. Emotional experiences like a stressful event or even a minor setback can feel disproportionately overwhelming. The emotional response is magnified, leaving the senior feeling anxious or on edge for longer periods. The brain's neurotransmitter systems, like those involving serotonin and dopamine, may also begin to decline, further increasing susceptibility to mood swings and anxiety. 1.2. Life changes and stressful events with aging often comes a series of life changes that trigger anxiety. These can include loss of loved ones, losing a spouse, friends or family members can deeply impact mental health. Health issues, new diagnoses, or chronic conditions can lead to feelings of fear, helplessness, and uncertainty about the future. Social isolation, as mobility decreases or social circles shrink, loneliness and the sense of isolation can trigger anxiety. These stressful life events cause a cumulative effect. While one event alone may be manageable, the combined stress from multiple sources, health issues, loss, lack of support, can overload the mind. 1.3. Physical health conditions. Anxiety in seniors is often intertwined with physical health problems, especially chronic conditions like heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, or high blood pressure. Not only do these conditions require constant attention, but they can also trigger feelings of fear or worry about one's future quality of life. For example, if someone has chronic pain due to arthritis, it's easy to see how that could create an anxious, agitated state of mind. When a senior struggles with persistent pain, it becomes difficult to focus on anything else, and anxiety can set in as a response to physical discomfort. Similarly, heart disease can make someone anxious about their health deteriorating, leading to a cycle of worry that worsens with time. To long-term effects, what happens when anxiety goes unchecked? When anxiety is left unaddressed for long periods, it can spiral into a range of long-term consequences. These effects are not just emotional, they are physical, mental, and can even lead to life-threatening conditions. To point 1, cognitive decline and memory problems. One of the most dangerous long-term effects of chronic anxiety is its impact on the brain. Constant anxiety triggers the release of stress hormones, which over time can damage the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for memory and learning. This is why seniors suffering from anxiety often experience difficulty concentrating, forgetfulness, and brain fog. These symptoms are easily mistaken for normal aging, but in fact, they may be the result of the brain being under constant stress. Chronic anxiety can cause neuroinflammation, a process that leads to cognitive impairment and, in some cases, accelerates the onset of Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. Anxiety is not just a nuisance, it's a real threat to cognitive health. To point 2, physical health decline. The body pays the price in addition to damaging the brain. Anxiety takes a heavy toll on the body. The chronic release of cortisol and adrenaline, the body's primary stress hormones, can increase inflammation, raise blood pressure, and put strain on the heart. Over time, this can lead to
fatigue,
increased risk of
expected,
cardiovascular
that subtle but
disease,
gnawing sense that
chronic
something
anxiety
inside you is
raises heart
winding
rate
down.
and blood pressure,
They said it was
making
just
seniors
aging.
more vulnerable
Fatigue,
to heart
expected,
attacks and
that
strokes.
subtle but gnawing
Weakened
sense
immune
that something
system,
inside
constant
you is
stress
winding
weakens
down.
the immune
They said
system,
it was just
making
aging.
it harder to fight
Fatigue,
off infections
expected,
and illnesses.
that subtle but gnawing
Digestive
sense
issues,
that something inside
stress
you
is a
is
known
winding
trigger
down.
for gastritis,
They
acid
said it was
reflux,
just aging.
and other digestive
Fatigue,
disorders.
expected,
The
that subtle
gut-brain
but gnawing
connection
sense
means
that
that
something
emotional
inside
stress
you
can
is
cause
winding
real,
down.
physical pain.
They said it was
While
just
these
aging.
physical issues are
Fatigue,
alarming,
expected,
they are
that subtle
often
but gnawing
overlooked
sense that
because
something
seniors
inside
tend
you
to
is
focus
winding
more
down.
on age-related diseases.
They said it was just
but the chronic
aging.
anxiety
Fatigue,
fueling these
expected,
physical
that subtle
symptoms
but gnawing
needs to
sense
be
that something
acknowledged as a
inside you
major
is winding
contributor
down.
to overall health
They said
decline.
it was just
To
aging.
point 3,
Fatigue,
sleep
expected,
problems and
that
fatigue.
subtle but gnawing
Seniors
sense that
suffering
something
from
inside you
anxiety
is
often
winding
report
down.
disturbed sleep,
They said it was
whether it's
just
due to
aging.
racing thoughts,
Fatigue, expected,
nightmares, or
that
general
subtle but gnawing
restlessness.
sense that
Anxiety
something
leads
inside
to
you
poor
is winding
quality
down.
sleep. Lack of
They
restorative
said it
sleep
was just
exacerbates
aging.
anxiety
Fatigue,
and can
expected,
cause fatigue,
that subtle
which
but gnawing
further
sense
impairs
that something
cognitive
inside
and
you is
physical
winding
functioning.
down.
As we age,
They said it
our
was
bodies
just
naturally
aging.
produce
Fatigue,
less melatonin,
expected,
the hormone
that subtle but
responsible
gnawing
for
sense that
regulating
something
sleep,
inside you
and
is winding
anxiety
down.
can make this problem worse.
They said it was
Insomnia
just aging.
or poor
Fatigue,
sleep quality,
expected,
in
that
turn,
subtle but gnawing
affects the
sense that
body's
something
ability to
inside
heal
you
and
is
recover,
winding down.
further perpetuating the cycle of
Expected,
anxiety.
that subtle but
3.
gnawing sense
How
that
people
something
make it
inside
worse
you is
without
winding
realizing.
down.
Many well-meaning
They
seniors
said it was just
unknowingly make
aging.
their
Fatigue,
anxiety
expected,
worse
that
by
subtle
engaging
but
in
gnawing
habits
sense that
or
something
mindsets
inside
that
you is
intensify
winding
their
down.
symptoms. Here's
They
how
said
it
it was
happens.
just aging.
3.1.
Fatigue, expected,
Avoidance
that
behavior
subtle
when
but
seniors
gnawing
feel
sense that
anxious.
something
They
inside
often
you is
try to
winding
avoid the
down.
things that make them
They
anxious,
said it was
whether
just
it's
aging.
driving,
Fatigue,
going to social
expected,
gatherings,
that subtle
or
but
even
gnawing
dealing
sense
with
that
financial
something
stress.
inside you is
While
winding
avoidance
down.
might seem like a
They said it was
temporary
just
solution,
aging.
it
Fatigue,
reinforces the
expected,
anxiety.
that subtle
The
but
more
gnawing
you avoid
sense that
things that
something
cause
inside you
stress,
is winding
the more
down.
anxious you become in
They said
future
it was just
situations.
aging.
This
Fatigue,
creates a fear-based
expected,
cycle
that
that
subtle
only
but gnawing
tightens its
sense
grip.
that something inside you is
3.2.
winding
Overuse
down.
of medication,
They said
sedatives,
it was
or
just
sleeping
aging.
pills. It's
Fatigue,
common for seniors
expected,
to
that
be
subtle but
prescribed
gnawing sense that
sedatives or
something
sleeping
inside
pills
you
to
is
deal
winding
with
down.
anxiety. While these
They said it was
medications
just
might offer
aging.
short-term
Fatigue,
relief,
expected,
they come with a
that
host of
subtle
side
but gnawing
effects,
sense that something
including
inside you is
drowsiness,
winding down.
memory issues, and
They
increased
said it was
confusion.
just aging.
Overuse of these
Fatigue,
medications
expected,
often
that subtle
exacerbates
but gnawing
anxiety
sense that
over
something
time
inside
and
you
may
is
cause
winding
physical
down.
dependency.
They said it
Additionally,
was just
while
aging.
prescription
Fatigue,
drugs are intended to
expected,
help,
that subtle
they don't
but gnawing
address the
sense
root
that
cause
something
of
inside you
anxiety.
is winding
If the
down.
underlying emotional
They
or
said it was just
psychological
aging.
issues
Fatigue,
left untreated,
expected, that
anxiety
subtle
will
but
continue
gnawing
to
sense that
resurface,
something inside you
requiring
is
stronger
winding down.
or more frequent doses.
They said it was just
3.3.
Fatigue,
Focusing
expected,
only on the
that
symptoms,
subtle but
not
gnawing
the root
sense that
cause.
something
Many
inside
seniors
you is
make the
winding
mistake
down.
of focusing only on
They
the
said it was
symptoms of
just
anxiety
aging.
like
Fatigue,
racing thoughts
expected,
or panic
that subtle
attacks,
but gnawing
without
sense that
addressing the
something
root
inside
cause,
you is winding
without
down.
identifying the true source
They said it was
of
just
anxiety,
aging.
e.g.,
Fatigue,
past
expected,
trauma, grief,
that subtle but gnawing
unresolved
sense
health
that
fears.
something inside
The
you is
problem is
winding
treated
down.
only on the surface.
They said
For
it was
example,
just aging.
attending
Fatigue,
therapy might help
expected,
relieve
that
immediate
subtle but
stress,
gnawing sense
but without
that
a
something
holistic
inside you
approach
is
that
winding
also
down.
includes lifestyle
They
adjustments,
said it was just
anxiety
aging.
will likely
Fatigue,
resurface.
expected,
What
that
doctors
subtle
don't
but
tell you in
gnawing sense
common
that
myths.
something
Here are some
inside
things you
is
may not
winding
hear from
down.
your doctor. When it comes to
Expected,
anxiety,
that subtle but
anxiety
gnawing
is
sense
normal
that
for your
something
age.
inside you is
This may be a
winding
misbelief
down.
that
They
age-related
said it was
anxiety
just
is
aging.
inevitable,
Fatigue,
but it's
expected,
not.
that subtle but
Anxiety can
gnawing
be
sense that
controlled
something
and treated
inside
with the
you is
right
winding
tools
down.
and techniques.
They
You should
said it
just
was
take
just
more
aging.
medication.
Fatigue,
While medication
expected,
can be
that
part of the
subtle but gnawing
solution,
sense
it's
that
rarely
something
the full
inside you is
answer.
winding
Lifestyle
down.
changes,
They
mental
said it was
exercises,
just aging.
and even
Fatigue,
nutrition
expected,
can help
that
manage
subtle but
anxiety
gnawing sense
without
that something
relying
inside
solely
you
on
is winding
medications.
down.
This will just get
They
worse
said
with
it was
time.
just aging.
Anxiety is
Fatigue,
treatable,
expected,
and in many
that
cases,
subtle but
it's
gnawing sense
reversible.
that something
But it
inside
requires
you is
an
winding
understanding
down.
of what's happening in
They
your
said
brain
it was just
and a
aging.
proactive
Fatigue,
approach to healing
expected,
when it
that
comes to
subtle but
managing
gnawing sense
anxiety,
that something inside
especially in seniors. There's one simple and effective technique that has been shown to bring relief and calm the mind. Deep breathing exercises. It sounds almost too easy, doesn't it? But the truth is, breathing is not only a natural tool we all have at our disposal, it is also one of the most powerful tools to regulate the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and restore emotional balance. In this section, I'll break down exactly how deep breathing works, why it's so effective, and how you can integrate it into your life today. What it is Deep breathing for anxiety relief. Deep breathing, also called diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, is a technique that involves consciously slowing your breath and focusing on each inhale and exhale, unlike shallow chest breathing, which tends to be quick and irregular, especially when anxious. Deep breathing focuses on filling the lungs completely, allowing your diaphragm to expand and contract. This simple act has profound physiological effects on the body, helping to reverse the stress response and promote relaxation. Here's how it works. 1. Engagement of the parasympathetic nervous system. When you focus on deep, controlled breaths, you engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your autonomic nervous system that calms your body down. It's responsible for rest and digest functions. By activating it, you counteract the fight or flight response triggered by anxiety, lowering your heart rate and blood pressure to reduction of stress hormones. Anxiety often floods the body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Deep breathing helps reduce the production of these hormones, promoting a sense of calm and mental clarity. Research has shown that slow, deep breaths can lower cortisol levels, which, when chronically elevated, contribute to anxiety and physical health issues. 3. Improved oxygen supply to the brain. Deep breathing improves the oxygen flow to the brain, which helps it function optimally. This is crucial when anxiety is causing mental fog or difficulty concentrating. Oxygenating your brain helps clear those racing thoughts, allowing you to think more clearly. 4. Release of tension in the body. Chronic anxiety often manifests physically with tension building in muscles, particularly in the shoulders, neck, and jaw. Deep breathing helps to reduce this tension, signaling to your body that it is safe to relax. How it works, the science behind deep breathing. There's robust science supporting the effectiveness of deep breathing exercises for reducing anxiety, particularly in seniors. A study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that diaphragmatic breathing significantly reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression in adults, promoting a calmer state of mind and improved emotional regulation. The study also showed that deep breathing improves vagal tone, which is linked to emotional well-being and stress resilience. Another study in the International Journal of Yoga highlighted that controlled breathing exercises, pranayama, in older adults led to decreased anxiety, improved sleep quality, and a reduction in heart rate, all of which are commonly disrupted by chronic anxiety. The bottom line: deep breathing exercises are scientifically proven to calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and improve overall mental clarity, making them a powerful tool for seniors dealing with anxiety. When and how to use it. Timing and frequency. Now that you understand how deep breathing works, the next question is, when should you use it? The answer is simple. Whenever you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or stressed, here's how to incorporate it into your daily routine. 1. When you first feel anxiety rising, if you notice that you're starting to feel anxious, whether it's in response to a stressful event, a conversation, or a certain thought, take a moment to pause and practice deep breathing. This helps interrupt the anxiety cycle before it has a chance to escalate. You don't need to wait for anxiety to fully take over. Start early, and it's much easier to keep it from spiraling. 2. As part of a daily practice, even if you're not currently feeling anxious, practicing deep breathing regularly is a powerful preventative tool. You can set aside 5 to 10 minutes in the morning or evening to sit quietly and practice deep breathing. This routine strengthens the body's ability to remain calm under stress, making it easier to manage anxiety when it arises. 3. Before or after stressful situations. If you know you're about to face a stressful situation, like a doctor's appointment, family gathering, or even a physical workout, use deep breathing before the event to calm your nervous system. Similarly, after the event, use deep breathing to recenter yourself and release any lingering tension or anxiety. 4. As part of your nighttime routine, if anxiety is affecting your sleep quality, use deep breathing as a way to wind down before bed. Engaging in slow, deep breaths signals to your body that it's time to relax and prepare for sleep. Research has shown that deep breathing can improve sleep quality and reduce insomnia in older adults, helping you get the rest your body needs. Step-by-step guide. How to practice deep breathing. Let's break it down into easy steps. 1. Find a comfortable position. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, or lie down on your back with your arms at your sides. Make sure you're in a quiet place where you can focus without distraction. 2. Place one hand on your chest, one on your abdomen. This step is important because it helps you monitor whether you're breathing deeply or shallowly. Your chest should remain still, and your abdomen should rise and fall with each breath. This is how you know you're using your diaphragm. 3. Inhale slowly through your nose. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose for about 4 to 5 seconds. As you breathe in, imagine filling your belly with air. You should feel your abdomen rise, not your chest. Hold the breath, pause for a moment, and hold the breath for 2 to 3 seconds. This short pause helps to bring more focus to the moment and prepares your body for the exhale. 5. Exhale slowly through your mouth now. Slowly exhale through your mouth for 5 to 6 seconds, making sure to release the breath fully. Imagine pushing all the air out of your lungs as you exhale. Try to relax your shoulders and let go of any tension. 6. Repeat for 5 to 10 minutes. Continue this process for about 5 to 10 minutes, focusing on your breath and keeping your body relaxed. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your focus back to your breath. DOS and don'ts of deep breathing. For anxiety DOS, do practice regularly. Like any skill, deep breathing gets easier with practice. The more often you engage in deep breathing, the more effective it becomes in managing anxiety. Do take your time. Avoid rushing through. The breath, slow, deliberate breathing is key to activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Do pair it with relaxation techniques. Consider combining deep breathing with other relaxation strategies like guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, or even gentle yoga. This can enhance the calming effects. Don't force the breath. If you feel lightheaded or dizzy, stop the exercise and breathe normally. Deep breathing should feel relaxing, not uncomfortable. Don't expect instant results. While deep breathing can help calm your mind in the moment, long-term anxiety relief comes from regular practice. Be patient and consistent with your efforts. Don't use it as a replacement for medical advice. While deep breathing is a helpful tool, it is not a substitute for professional treatment. If you have an underlying anxiety disorder or other mental health condition, always consult your doctor if anxiety becomes overwhelming. Optional alternatives and myths to avoid alternatives if deep breathing doesn't resonate with you. Consider trying progressive muscle relaxation (PMR) or mindfulness meditation. Both have been shown to reduce anxiety and can complement breathing exercises. Myths to avoid. Myth number 1. Deep breathing doesn't work for seniors. This is false. Research shows that deep breathing works for people of all ages. Seniors can experience significant benefits from improved sleep to reduced anxiety. Myth number 2. You need to be in perfect health for deep breathing to work. Deep breathing doesn't require perfect health. Even if you have chronic conditions, this technique can still be effective in calming the mind and reducing stress. When deep breathing is applied consistently, whether daily or in moments of stress, its impact can be transformational, especially for seniors. In fact, this simple yet profound practice doesn't just relieve anxiety in the moment, it can bring about lasting changes to both the mind and the body over time. The benefits compound and deepen, creating a positive ripple effect in many areas of life. Let's explore what happens when you make deep breathing a regular practice. Immediate effects, instant calm, and mental clarity when you begin practicing deep breathing. The first thing you'll notice is immediate relief from feelings of anxiety. Within just a few minutes of mindful breathing, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your stress levels decrease significantly. This is the power of the parasympathetic nervous system at work. You'll feel your breathing slow and become more controlled, signaling to your body that it is safe to relax. The calming effects are almost immediate. Racing thoughts that typically accompany anxiety tend to slow down, and mental clarity returns. You might notice that you're able to think more clearly, focus on the task at hand, and even enjoy more peaceful moments throughout your day. Midterm impact, better sleep, and energy. One of the most profound changes you'll experience after committing to deep breathing exercises is an improvement in sleep quality. Anxiety can often interfere with a good night's sleep, causing restlessness or difficulty falling asleep. But by engaging in deep breathing right before bed, you create a sense of calm that signals to your brain it's time to wind down. As deep breathing helps to lower cortisol levels and reduce muscle tension, your body and mind are more relaxed, leading to faster sleep onset and deeper, more restful sleep cycles. Seniors who struggle with insomnia or wakefulness during the night may find that deep breathing acts as a natural remedy to enhance the quality of their sleep. Over time, better sleep leads to higher energy levels during the day. You'll feel more rested, and as your body recovers from a full night of relaxation, your mood improves, and you approach the day ahead with a sense of calm and balance. Long-term benefits, improved physical and emotional well-being. Now let's talk about the long-term benefits. By integrating deep breathing into your routine, it won't just be your mind that experiences the benefits. Your physical body will also experience a series of positive changes. 1. Chronic pain relief. Anxiety often manifests physically, leading to muscle tension, headaches, or stiff joints, all of which can feel particularly intense as we age. Deep breathing helps reduce this tension by signaling your muscles to relax. Over time, regular deep breathing can provide relief from chronic aches, joint stiffness, and the tightness that many seniors experience, especially in the neck, shoulders, and lower back. By allowing your body to relax, you can also increase flexibility and ease of movement. To improve digestion, chronic anxiety can negatively impact digestion, causing issues such as indigestion, bloating, or even irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). Deep breathing, particularly after meals, helps activate the rest and digest response of the parasympathetic nervous system. This supports better digestion, reducing bloating, discomfort, and other digestive disturbances. A calmer gut means you'll feel more comfortable and less bloated after eating. 3. Clearer skin and reduced inflammation. The stress hormone cortisol is often linked to skin issues like acne, eczema, and other forms of inflammation. Since deep breathing helps lower cortisol levels, it can lead to improved skin health over time. As your anxiety decreases and your body becomes less inflamed, your skin will look clearer and more radiant. For reduced signs of aging, stress accelerates aging in both the mind and body. Long-term anxiety increases the wear and tear on your organs and immune system, making you more susceptible to illnesses. By reducing the chronic stress response, deep breathing helps slow down aging processes, particularly those related to heart health, cognitive function, and cellular repair. You may find that you not only feel younger but look younger, with a glow that comes from reduced stress levels and better sleep, emotional and mental benefits, a greater sense of control. Perhaps the most important benefit of consistent deep breathing is the sense of empowerment it brings. Anxiety often makes us feel like we're out of control, as though stress and worry are the ones in charge of our minds and bodies. But deep breathing puts the power back in your hands. By learning to control your breath, you gain control over your emotional responses. It's an act of self-regulation, teaching you that no matter what life throws at you, you can respond calmly. You are no longer a passive participant in your anxiety. You become an active manager of your emotional health. The sense of empowerment spills over into other aspects of life as well. Seniors who practice deep breathing regularly report feeling more confident and resilient in the face of challenges. Whether it's a stressful situation, a difficult conversation, or a moment of personal doubt, you'll find that deep breathing allows you to face it with strength and composure. The ripple effect, the overall impact on quality of life the
just
long-term
aging.
benefits of
Fatigue,
deep breathing
expected.
don't
That
just
subtle but
manifest in
gnawing sense
isolated
that something
areas, they
inside
create a
you is
ripple
winding
effect
down.
throughout your life over
They
time.
said it was just
The
aging.
accumulated benefits
Fatigue,
of better sleep,
expected. That
reduced
subtle but gnawing
anxiety,
sense that something
clearer
inside
skin,
you is
and
winding
increased
down.
energy will
They
significantly
said it was
enhance your
just
overall
aging.
quality of
Fatigue,
life.
expected.
You'll feel more
That subtle
present,
but gnawing
connected,
sense that
and at
something
peace.
inside you
The
is
less
winding
anxiety
down.
weighs on you,
They
the
said
more
it
you
was
can
just
focus
aging.
on enjoying
Fatigue,
life's simple
expected.
pleasures.
That
You'll have
subtle
more
but gnawing
energy for
sense that
physical
something
activity,
inside you is
whether
winding
that's
down.
walking, yoga, or
They said
spending
it was just aging.
time with loved
Fatigue,
ones.
expected.
You may even
That
find that you
subtle but gnawing
experience a
sense
greater
that
sense
something
of
inside
purpose
you
and
is winding
fulfillment as
down.
your mental
They
clarity
said it was
improves
just
and your
aging.
emotional health
Fatigue,
strengthens.
expected.
Realistic
That subtle but gnawing
expectations.
sense that
Why it's
something
worth
inside you
trying.
is winding
While
down.
deep breathing won't
They
eliminate
said it
every
was just
stressful
aging.
situation or
Fatigue,
provide instant
expected.
relief
That subtle
from
but
every
gnawing sense
anxiety
that something
trigger.
inside
It
you
is one of the
winding
most
down.
accessible,
They
natural,
said it was
and
just
effective
aging.
techniques available
Fatigue,
for
expected.
seniors.
That subtle
And the
but
best
gnawing
part,
sense that
it's
something
completely
inside you
free,
is winding
can be
down.
practiced anywhere,
They
and
said it
only
was
takes a
just
few
aging.
minutes each
Fatigue,
day. It's
expected.
important to be
That
patient with
subtle but gnawing
yourself.
sense that
Just like
something
any new
inside you
habit,
is winding
deep
down.
breathing requires
They
practice
said
and
it was just
consistency
aging.
to yield
Fatigue,
lasting
expected.
benefits.
That
But with
subtle but
time,
gnawing
the
sense that
calming
something
effects
inside
become
you
more
is winding
profound,
down.
and you'll notice that
They said
even
it
the
was
most
just
stressful
aging.
situations
Fatigue,
become more
expected.
manageable.
That subtle but
The
gnawing
impact
sense
of
that
deep
something
breathing isn't
inside
just
you is
theoretical,
winding
it's
down.
evidence-based,
They said
and
it was
millions of
just
people
aging.
have
Fatigue,
experienced
expected.
tangible
That
improvements in
subtle
their
but
mental
gnawing
and
sense that
physical
something
well-being
inside you is
by
winding
incorporating
down.
this simple
They
practice
said
into
it
their
was
daily
just
lives.
aging.
By
Fatigue,
committing to deep
expected.
breathing
That subtle but
exercises,
gnawing
you are
sense that
taking a
something
positive
inside
step
you is
toward
winding
greater
down.
mental clarity,
They said it was
emotional
just
resilience,
aging.
and
Fatigue,
physical well-being.
expected. That
It's a
subtle
practice
but
that will
gnawing
not only
sense that
help you
something
cope with
inside you is
anxiety
winding
today,
down.
but will also
They said
support
it was
your
just
overall
aging.
health and
Fatigue,
vitality in the
expected.
long term.
That subtle but gnawing
So,
sense
take a
that
deep
something
breath
inside you
and
is
start
winding
this journey
down.
toward a calmer,
They said it
more
was just
peaceful
aging.
life one breath
Fatigue,
at a time.
expected.
If you've
That
felt that
subtle but
constant
gnawing
weight of
sense that
anxiety
something
and
inside you
stress,
is winding
I want to
down.
encourage you to take
They
one
said it was
small
just
but
aging.
powerful step
Fatigue,
today. Start
expected.
breathing deeply.
That subtle
It may
but gnawing
sound simple,
sense that
but
something
this
inside
practice
you
has
is
the
winding
power
down.
to transform your entire
They said it was
experience.
just aging.
I'd love to hear
Fatigue,
from you what word
expected.
comes to
That
mind when you
subtle
think
but
about
gnawing
living
sense
with
that
less
something
anxiety.
inside you is
Is it
winding
calm,
down.
peace, or maybe
They said
relief?
it was just aging.
Drop that word in the
Fatigue,
comments below
expected.
and
That
share
subtle
this
but
video
gnawing
with
sense
anyone
that
who could
something
use a
inside
moment
you is
of
winding
calm
down.
in their day.
They said it was
Thank you
just
for
aging.
watching.
Fatigue,
Breathe easy
expected.
and take care
That
of
subtle
yourself.
but gnawing